Hey everybody!
Hello!
It's Natasha and Bill with Nursing Our Travel Bug. Today we wanted to talk to you guys about our feelings and our experience with the Fulltime Families Family Reunion Rally at the beginning of March.
It was our first one we've ever been to, just mainly because schedules haven't matched up, but
Yeah,
it was a good time.
it was. There was so many feelings and so many emotions and so many activities that surrounded this reunion, and of course being our first RV rally of any kind, you go into it and you don't know what to expect. But it was at like a regular campground. It was at Jellystone campground. So it wasn't like an Escapers Convergence or something where you have to be boondocking. Like, we went to a campground, we had the full hookups and everything. So yeah, we just had to make it there.
We went there, well, from our last video, you saw us pulling right in there. And I think we arrived the day before all the commotion began.
Yep.
So we had a day to just kind of relax. We met a few people.
Mm-hmm.
And then hit it just full throttle the next day.
Yes. But we kind of needed that first day, though, like, because we'd just been traveling day by day by day from Louisiana to Florida. So it was just nice to have a day to kick back and relax and get everything set up and not feel like we were rushing and going to everything. Because once the activities of the rally hit, it was like full steam ahead all day, go, 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 activities all day long. Yeah.
For those that got up
True.
in the morning and went to all the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. It was tough. Because you're out, you're having fun, and then all of a sudden, you gotta be somewhere at 9 a.m.
Yeah. Coffee talk, it's great in theory, but then when you factor in how early you have to get up so you can get dressed and be ready and eat some breakfast and make your coffee to go to coffee talk, like, it would have been better if it was at 10, but alas, that was not the schedule. So yeah, early mornings start at 9 o'clock.
That's probably, could just be us. We're just not morning people.
Mm-mm.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
The ones you went to
Uh-huh.
seemed like it was great.
Yeah.
Good topics. Learning about blogs, videos. What else did you see?
One was like about relationships.
Oh, yeah.
The love languages, which I really enjoyed because when Bill and I went through our marriage classes before we got married, we did
Hello.
we did the love languages book and stuff before we got married. So I knew what his love language is and I kind of knew what mine was, but I took Bella to this one. So they talked about the family and their love languages and how to strengthen those different relationships. So it was kind of interesting to see that from her perspective and to hear about how to make the family relationship stronger, because really that's what Full-Time Families is all about. It's, different people from all different walks of life living in all different kinds of RVs with different jobs and different family dynamics. And so the focus is on family, and we are our main support system. So we really have to have a strong relationship at home. But that was another awesome thing about the Full-Time Families and this rally, is now we can expand our circle and expand our support group and have all of these other people and families and peers that we can connect with while we're on the road.
True. Which turned out great.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a concern before we went.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more, I don't know, for both of us, but maybe more so for me, just getting out there, being social. And so I just had to get out, break out of my comfort zone. You meet a few people, and there's, 300 people, including kids and stuff.
Yeah, they said there were 69 families at the Full-Time Family Rally, which equated to about 280 people.
So you can't really help but make a few good connections and kind of stick with those people throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's like the first day of school. So we're brand spanking new. because it's our first rally. But there are other families who have gone to several different rallies, so they already had, friends and relationships, from being on the road. So they had those people that they already knew and wanted to just spend more time with. So we kind of had to find our niche, like our little mini circle, within the big circle. So that's hard. It's hard to just kind of jump in and put yourself out there and be like, hey, we're new. Do you want to be friends? I mean, that's essentially what you do. I mean, more tactfully, of course. But
yeah. Which is great. That's where these smaller group potlucks, and then there was the... So if you're a part of Fulltime Families, you're probably aware that there's the different branches and whatnot also. So there was campfire nights with the branch talks. There was small group potluck. So you got to know a little more intimate with a smaller group of people, so it's not overwhelming like the big first potluck.
Yeah.
Which was every single family brings something to share, and everybody's intermingling, and it's you're trying to talk to people. It's loud.
Yeah.
Which I mean all sorts of people. And gladly, everyone's wearing name tags.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not going to remember anybody.
I'll remember your face forever, but I will not remember your name. That's terrible. And they tried to give us like an icebreaker bingo to go around and, say, hey, what was it? Who has the largest family? Who blogs? What's their blog name? Just different things, like different conversation starters. But yeah, once you have 280 people in a building and they all start talking, it's just a roar of noise. So like you're shouting to get to know people, and it's, I don't know, for me it was really overwhelming. Yeah, and for Bill, who's more introverted than I am, even me being extroverted, like I think it was more difficult for him. But he's got the great thing, like, because he's so tall. So everybody walks up to him and is just immediately like, wow, you're so tall. How tall are you? And then it just gets the conversation rolling. Me, I'm just this average chick. Like, how do I start a conversation with you and get to know you in a small amount of time? So yeah, that first night, it was just really overwhelming. It was hard to make good connections with people. And, I just left feeling like, oh my gosh, is this how it's going to be the whole rally? What did we do? I feel so awkward. This doesn't feel like fun. I don't know.
Okay, so what is it like all week at a rally? So you get up in the morning, you go to your coffee talk, different subjects like we were saying.
Yep.
There's usually some sort of family activity in the afternoon.
Yep, like crafts or games or something to engage the family.
Yes, and then there's usually some free time around lunch till maybe 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Then they have like a late afternoon session, which is very similar to the coffee talks, just more sessions, more informative stuff or educational stuff. Yeah.
And then your evenings, depending on the day of the week, you would have your small group campfires or small group potluck. Or there was a bigger group
pizza party night.
Yeah, pizza party. They had different potlucks during the week. So there was appetizers, finger foods, desserts, and it all coincided with different things in the evening, whether it was Kids Marketplace, which was pretty cool.
That was really fun.
Pretty cool. All these kids get together and they're making crafts, or they're selling Pokemon cards, or
making artwork.
Selling a pickle on a stick. If you did that,
brilliant.
You're a genius.
Brilliant.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, selling magnets, drawing pictures, selling toys. Like, we always overdo things. And our idea was to grow sprouts and then sell little plants so people could have like porch plants with like herbs and stuff. And then they died in the RV on the way here. So, yeah.
Sad day.
Kids didn't get to participate, but now that we've seen it, like, they have all kinds of ideas of things that they could do. So yeah, the kids marketplace is great. It's, just these kids being little entrepreneurs.
So that's the kids marketplace. So the adult marketplace was all the grown-ups with all their side businesses. If they're selling their essential oils or
Color Street Nails.
there you go. There's a good one.
Selling their services like bookkeeping services. There was talking about like internet resources and stuff that you do on the road, selling books. There's a whole slew. It's basically, just other folks, how they're making their living on the road, and they set up shop so that they could sell their products and their services to other full-time families, because we want to support our family.
Yep. Which is, for us, was just another neat way to get to know people and what they do.
And how they make a living, because they're not all travel nurses like me.
Gain something, like from Virtual Campground, Liz,
Yes.
Wilcox, and Ed.
Yeah, that was a good purchase for sure.
Absolutely. Grabbing on to their DIY RV maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good one. Good takeaway from that.
Yeah, so that's adult marketplace. And then probably one of my favorite nights was Mom's Night Out. All the ladies got to get together. Dad stayed home with the kids.
Had a little fire.
Yeah, they had a fire. We got to play a fun dice game, Bunko. Never played it before, but we rotated tables, so we got to know more of the moms and more of the folks that way. And then, of course, we had a little adult beverage partaking as well, to make it fun, to loosen you up. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then, to reciprocate, then they also had
Dad's Night Out.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's Night Out was pretty fun. It was basically like a casino night. You were welcome to bring whatever beverage you wanted up there. There was a lot of
bottles.
A lot of bottles. I just brought some beers. I took it easy. Didn't want to get crazy.
No.
But no, we had fun. They had a craps table. They had a few poker tables, blackjack,
Mm-hmm.
and just everybody. Another great way to get to know everybody. I know that they mentioned maybe in the future to try to do that earlier in the week, because that was Friday night, so it's kind of like you're
Towards the end of the rally.
You're getting loosened up,
Yeah.
liquored up, making connections, getting to know people, and
Yeah.
then the next day people are wrapping it up.
Yep.
That was fun. Somebody maybe had a little too much fun. Insert video picture.
Hey, how often on the road do we get, to go out and cut loose and have fun with our peers? I mean, we're with our kids all the time. We don't even get a date night, let alone nights out with, our fellow men and fellow women. So, might have had a little too much fun, but it was fun. All was good.
It was all good. Like another neat thing that they do, because it's always fun to snoop, check out other people's homes. They had a parade of homes.
Yes, that was awesome. So, they have parade of homes with the sticks and bricks, in traditional neighborhoods. But with this one, for those who wanted to participate, you could, open up the door to your RV and show folks how you're living in it, how you're utilizing it. So it's great because you get ideas of like, oh, I can do that for storage, or oh, I really like how they decorated that room, or oh my gosh, they made that modification. That is pure genius. We need to do something like that. That, and as RVers, like, you never find like that perfect RV for your family. There's compromises. It's not like with a home you can custom build it to your specs. Well, you can, but it's not affordable. But yeah, so with RVs, you're always looking at the latest and greatest, what they're coming out with, what's new, what layout do they have that I might like better. So it was really awesome to go and explore other folks' homes. So thank you for graciously opening your doors to us, everybody out there. I was the nerd with the GoPro because Bill had to stay home with our rig, so I went out and explored and then showed him all of the shots of everybody else's rig, which was I felt really weird doing, like I was invading their privacy and putting it on film, but yeah, Parade of Homes was pretty awesome.
Okay, so what makes Jellystone in Madison, Florida a great location?
Climate.
Climate.
Number one. I mean, we were there in the beginning of March. I think we had one night where it even got down to like the 40s at night. So, I mean, even that was chilly. But the rest of the time, it had nice, mild weather. So climate for sure.
It's great. There was this state park nearby, Blue Spring State Park, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. There was a spring you could go swim in. Looked really cool when people earlier in the week were going.
Yeah.
When we went, it was... water level was super high. We found out the next day that maybe we shouldn't have been there. That there was possibly some...
contamination.
Yeah, but we lived.
Yeah.
We survived. It was fun. We got on the water. It was super cold.
Because it's spring fed from aqueducts and stuff underneath the ground, but because of all the rain, then you were getting river water that was pouring into the banks of this spring. So yeah,
and the Jellystone itself was super cool. Lots of stuff to do for the kids. They had their own little swimming lake with different float things to climb on out in that little pond. There was Gaga Ball. That was all the rage.
It was the rage. Never heard of it before in my life.
Kids loved it. They were out there all the time playing Gaga Ball. They had tether ball, but it was like a huge, like one of those balls that kids would like bounce in and bounce on. I don't know what you call those.
Exercise balls.
Yeah, but it has like the handle, so you can jump around, hop around.
Yeah.
And that was the tether ball. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Basketball,
more for bigger kids.
Putt, golf. Yeah. Tons of stuff to do.
Tons of stuff. Yep. But the Gaga Ball, man, that was where it was at. Like, the kids were there all the time. And luckily for us, our rig was parked, like, right across the way from the big field that had the Gaga Ball in. So the kids, they just lived there. And that's where they made all their buddies and got sand and dirt everywhere. but yeah.
Wait. Why are we telling you about it?
Oh, that's a good point.
Who could tell you more about how much fun they had?
Let's get it from the horse's mouth.
Gaga Ball, it was really fun, and it's kind of like soccer also, but you have to hit it with your hands.
And you can't let it get out of the pit or else you're out, and then the game just goes on once the ball is back in the pit.
And then once everybody's out, but there's one winner. And you're out if it's knee and below.
Last two, there is infinite touch, so before there's two people left, if you touch it more than once, then you're automatically out. But at the end, you call it infinite touch, which means you can touch it how many times you want. But you can still touch it if it hits the wall no matter what.
It's kind of like dodgeball, but you have to scoop it to someone else. Push it around.
And then if it touches the knee below, you're out. It's really fun.
And you have to be careful. Someone might sneak up behind you and hit it through under you, or you might hit yourself.
Yeah, don't hit yourself.
The other thing we liked was the lake, even though it was kind of cold. I was scared to jump off the pad thing, though, because I didn't know if I would drown or not.
He did have a life jacket on, but he was still scared.
And then there was, like, jump pads and...
Not the kind of jump pad back in the lake, but, like...
It's like a
bouncy castle,
yeah.
Except it doesn't have walls or a ceiling or anything.
You just bounce, and it's great for practicing doing flips and stuff.
It's like a trampoline without legs.
But then there's bouncy castles also. And then there was like a few playgrounds, but the main part we liked best was tetherball and the Gaga Ball. And then mini golf. That was fun. I did it a couple times with my...
Mini golf isn't really my jam, but it's his jam. Maybe he'll be a golf professional someday. One of the best parts about the rally is that we met friends that we can hang out all the time with now. If not, we have like some kids that are on Messenger Kids now.
And in our book, so we can look them up and then text them.
Email them or phone call them.
Whatever you do.
And that's why we like the rally. Let's send it back to our parents to learn about more.
Overall experience, totally recommended.
Yes.
If your schedules match up, If you're able to go to one, do it.
Yeah.
You'll meet tons of cool people.
Yeah.
Make
It's
some
life
new
changing.
friends.
Yes, we met so many wonderful people that, and we're building the relationships with them. We're meeting so many people still in Florida now and meeting up with them. And, now you have a face to put to those names that you see online. And,
Right.
Yeah. Now
It's really-
we're growing our circle.
Really interesting. So then, now we've stayed down in Orlando, which tons of people down here at the Thousand Trails and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're meeting more of the people that were at the rally are coming here, and we're still hanging out.
Yeah. Loving it.
Which we're like, maybe we should come to Orlando every year.
Maybe. It definitely makes you think. I mean, you got a lot of, there's a lot of cool people here. It makes you feel like you have your community on the road. So, yeah. We can't wait to go to more rallies in the future, for sure.
Definitely. So that's our thoughts on the rally.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely go if you can.
Yes. Become a member of Fulltime Families. You can't go to the rally without being a member.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Until next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Is this going on YouTube or something?
Yeah. Maybe.